Hi, everyone. I think I'm live now. Hope you're all doing well. So today's video, I want to talk about inclusion in our schools. This is quite an important topic, and it's something I get asked a few times. Just yesterday, someone reached out to me that in her school, there's a parent with a special needs child that wants to be part of their school. I know in Nigeria this happens, but it's not very common yet. Not many schools have an inclusive education. Not many schools have, room for kids that are struggling. So what's the way forward? Should we include children that have special needs in mainstream schools? And I know many parents actually want their children, well, many parents that have kids of special needs, they want their children included in mainstream school. And I think that's very, very valid. It's very important because there's no world for special education kids separately. We're all part of this world, and it makes a lot of sense. Very, very helpful that they're all included. So when she reached out to me, she asked how will other children, one of the issues some people have as well is how will other students interact with these children? Are they going to mock them? Are they going to cooperate with them? So these are teaching moments for us as teachers, as school owners, as educators. Our students need to know that there are children like this in the real world, and they need to embrace diversity. They need to embrace some inclusiveness and all of that. So today I'm going to share with us a beautiful slide that I got from twinkle.co.uk on cerebral palsy and how you can teach children about special cases like this. Sometimes some of your kids will, meet children that have autism, that have maybe hearing impairment or visual impairments, and you want to get them ready. You don't want them to be rude to them. You don't want them to be condescending to these children. So yeah, I'm going to share with us this slide, and I hope you enjoy it and see how you can use something like this for your students as well. So let's start. I think the screen is on. I'm going to start sharing it now. There we go. So that's it. Just going to read through it briefly. My friend has cerebral palsy. So this slide, again, like I said, is from www.twinkle.co.uk. Meet my friend. This is something you can do as a whole school assembly, or you can also do it in your classroom, whatever makes you happy. Meet Reuben. Reuben goes to Orchard Wood Academy. He's in year 6 in a small class of 8 other children. Reuben's friends are Thomas, Amina, Hamid, and Lily. Like I said, twinkle.co.uk has several resources like this that can help you with your kids. And I mentioned earlier, this is actually a real issue because someone reached out to me just yesterday saying they're considering admitting a child with cerebral palsy in their school. So this is something some of us might face in our school journey. Reuben's favorite lessons at school are maths, science, and PE. Reuben loves attending Echo Club and being a library monitor. Out of school, Reuben loves swimming, going to hydrotherapy, and horse riding. He particularly enjoys going to the cinema to watch films and enjoys playing with his friends, just like many other children. So the point of this PowerPoint is for us to let kids know that these children are perfectly normal. We'll find them in our society, and we need to embrace them and live with them in harmony. So all about Reuben, again, this just talks about Reuben. As we can see, Reuben is on his chair. He probably can't walk on his own. So Reuben is there. Reuben is part of the year 6 class. Reuben has many talents. He has cerebral palsy, quadriplegia. Cerebral palsy is a lifelong condition that affects movement and coordination. Reuben's arms and legs are affected, and also the muscles of his trunk, his face, and mouth. This is very important. Reuben shares many similarities with other children in his class and across the school, but there are also some ways in which he's different and unique. So we need to remind our students that These children, even though they're different from us in some way, they're also similar to us in several ways. Again, so this gives us a summary of what cerebral palsy is. It's a physical disability that affects movement and posture. It's mostly diagnosed during the first few years of a child's life. Children with cerebral palsy might experience delay in reaching some of their important milestones, e.g., sitting, walking, and learning. The symptoms of cerebral palsy can vary greatly from one person to the other. So there's no same symptom for everyone with cerebral palsy. So basically, this is just a summary of teaching students what they might see. And this point, Reuben's cerebral palsy affects his mobility, the way he's moving, and therefore he uses a wheelchair. This is something we need to teach our students. When they see kids, this is something we need to teach our children. When they see people on wheelchairs, when they see people that look different from them, how are they going to behave? I think this is something we really need to learn and imbibe in our schools, because a lot of schools in Nigeria that have special needs kids are actually segregated. They have a school for them. But going forward, I assume that now we're going to be seeing a lot of schools that have children with special kids. Personally, I have worked in a school in Abuja where we had kids that had autism and even cerebral palsy too. And it's very good. It's a teaching moment for me. It has opened my eyes to the reality of this world, that there are people who are different from us and they're part of our world. They are part of our world. There's no separate world for them or anything. We're together and we need to, embrace them, and we need to teach our kids. We can't have kids that will see children with special needs and laugh at them. We can't have kids that will see children with special needs and start pointing to them. That's not acceptable. So this is something that, I know this is a very lengthy topic. It's not something we can finish talking about in a go. I have a few friends that are special educational needs experts, and I hope that one day I can bring them to this platform to talk to us about how they have been able to manage special education in a mainstream school, how as teachers we can support these children, how as administrators we can support them. So when this person reached out to me yesterday, the advice I gave her was, in the school I worked at, kids with special education needs usually have what we call a companion. Some call them a shadow that are always with them, even though they take classes with other children. Number one, they don't take all the classes because most kids that have special educational needs anyway can't keep their attention sustained for so long. So maybe they just come for math and English in the morning and then they go off to swim, they go for swimming, or they go for PE, they do something different. So their schedule is much more flexible than the other mainstream students. And like I said, they have a shadow or companion that follows them, like one companion to a student follows them to the bathroom, to the sports ground, and to different classes. And it's been helpful. Like I said at the beginning of this video, there is no segregated world for special needs kids. The reality is we're all part of this world, and we all need to learn how to live together in this world. We all need to learn how to live in harmony. And God doesn't make mistakes, okay? God created these people for kids with special needs for a reason. So it's something we all have to live with and deal with in the most beneficial manner to everyone. So I hope you found this very short session useful. Like I said, the slides I used here was gotten from www.twinkle.co.uk. I love that they have so many things that can help you just teach your students easily. The title of this presentation is "My Friend Has Cerebral Palsy," and I just read through it. It explains some things that the child does. It explains the condition. I said cerebral palsy has a lot to do with physical mobility and things like that. So sometimes children with cerebral palsy need to have speech and language therapy, and the symptoms vary from one individual to the other. No two people with cerebral palsy have the same condition. So basically, that has been it, everyone. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment. Hopefully, I will get some more experts that have worked in a fully inclusive school and will come to talk to us about how they were able to manage children with special needs in a mainstream school. Thank you, everyone. Take care, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.